Hey guys, this is my 8-year-old Chloe here, and we are going to show you about typography, and which is the art of letters and numbers, and different techniques and ways to use them strategically. And there will probably be a lot of these because you can never get enough typography. It's pretty big. Let me get the screen on, and Chloe may critique a couple of these
What do you
and
mean?
say if you like them or not, and why you like them or why you don't like them.
Can I
So
do some of the Photoshop like you tell me what to do?
we'll see. This one, here's one thing I like about it. You don't want to make it look like you just typed something at the end, like, oh yeah, I guess I should type something. You don't want to do that. You want it to look like the letters, numbers belong there, right? Like they're at home there. So if you zoom in, do you see how the letters are in front of the picture, but they're behind the fence? Do you see what I'm talking about? See how the letters are behind the fence, but in front of the picture. So does it kind of look like the letters belong there? It kind of does. Here's one. Same thing. It's all black and white, and the letters included, and the letters are behind the hand and in front of the hand, and you can still read them, which is really important. Because what if the letters looked awesome, but you couldn't read them? It would be kind of worthless, right? So do you see how the letters are behind the fingers and some are in front of the fingers, and you can still read them? Here's one where, what do you think about the color of these letters?
I like it
You know why I think you like it?
because it's colorful.
It is colorful and it matches. See how this green of the O matches the green in the film strip, and the orange matches the orange, and the kind of dark, what is that, brown or black?
Purple.
Kind of dark purple. It matches the dark purple of the hand. And so the word for that is cohesive. It's like it sticks together. If the film strip were some colors and the letters were other colors, would that match as well? Not really, but they use the same color. See, there's that light orange that matches that light orange. Cohesive, it kind of sticks together. Um, Here's one where the guy is made kind of whimsically, just from some art, and the letters were made whimsically from some art. And do they match? So do you think it's cohesive? Do you think they belong together? So the man wasn't made on a computer. The man was made on paper with paint. And do you think they just typed these letters, or do you think how do you think they made them?
They drew them.
They used the same color paint, didn't they? This one, what do you think that says right there?
Rhino.
I think it does say rhino. It's a little hard to read, but we can read it because they show us a picture of a rhino. That helps us to cheat, doesn't it? So some behind and some in front. I like how they added texture to it. You don't have to just type things. You can add some texture to it to make it look real. See, here's one way. Here's the other way. I like the way with the texture. What do you think? Yeah, me too. Here's one where, what do you think? Do the letters match or not match? Do you remember the word for that?
Cohesive.
Cohesive, that's right. It's the same style and the colors match. It's a lot of white in the letters, a lot of white in the background. These letters are red to match that red. It's all cohesive. The colors are cohesive and the style is cohesive, right? What do you think is neat about this one?
She's leaping through that.
She's leaping through the zero. Her leg is on top of part and underneath another part, so it looks like her leg is going through. What about, is it cohesive? I'd say so, because it matches the other white, right? And it's kind of simple, not very detailed, right? What do you think about this typography here?
I don't like it as much.
You don't like it as much. The one clever thing about it is about a man named Charlie Chaplin. It was done in another country. You can tell because it's in another language. But the type matches the shape of his face. So that's kind of interesting, isn't it? He was an interesting guy. This one, they put 3 different letters together. It's for, here it says right here at the top, analog, collective memory. And do you see what 3 letters they used overlapping each other?
ACM.
ACM for analog collective memory. And just to make it interesting, it doesn't look like they just thought, I guess we should add some letters here at the end. They make it look like it belongs. They make it look like the letters are at home. This one, I don't know if cohesive is the right word, but it's very bold and makes it easy to read. It's a busy picture with a lot going on. So if we're going to be able to read this word, the word has to really kind of be bold to stand out, doesn't it?
And his head is over this.
You're right. Good detail, Chloe. You're right. So the letters are in front of the picture, but behind his hat. So they're sandwiched in there, aren't they?
He's a DJ.
He is. You're right. That must be like his DJ name or something. What about this? What do you think about this one?
It's actually cool.
It is. Why is that?
Because, like, letters are making the ocean.
The letters are in the shape of the ocean. The letters, guys, you are not married to whatever the letters look like when you type them. You can type them and you can morph them and shape them and bend them. Do you think we should show them how to, Clo-Clo? So one way, and this is only one way, we can type a name, like I'm going to type in Chloe. And let me make it a little bit larger. So here's just some ways to warp and bend them. And you could do others too. If you click on the letter T and highlight it, up at the top here, there's a lot of different things. And it changes depending on what tool you're on. If you're on the Move tool, it's got some things. If you're on the Paint Bucket tool, it's got other things. If you're on the Type tool, it's got other. So if I highlight it, one of the things, there's a T standing on top of a hill right here. Do you see that? So if I click the T on a hill, it gives me all these options. Right now it's saying none, no cool effect to it. But if I tell it arc, look at that, and I can tell it how much to arc. I can tell it how much to go in one direction or the other.
Can I do it?
Yeah, you can. So Chloe's going to try to make it go a certain direction. And try the next one there too. The one that says vertical distortion at the bottom. Good. And so here we'll go cancel for now. Again, it's important to remember when we type something, it's important for it to be readable, isn't it? Pretty important to be readable. And so again, to get there, you go to the T on the hill after you highlight it with the type tool. So I'm on the type tool, I highlight the letters, go to the T on the hill. Another one other than arc, goodness, there's so many. One is we can do bulge. We can make it go outward like this to balloon up. We can make it in the shape of a flag. Yeah. Look at that. We could do it. Here, we'll do the fish one. You do the fish. And there's a lot of other options too. There we go. That's good.
I want to see this.
So it looks like it's going like 3D a little bit. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so, it does look a lot like 3D.
It sure does. So for now, we'll cancel out. Some things you can't do while it's a type layer. You have to rasterize it, which means make it out of pixels and not a vector type layer. So to do that, we need to right-click it and then go to Rasterize Type. By the way, if you're on a laptop or a Mac, you can hit Control and click, and that's the same as right-click. So I'm going to go to Rasterize Type. That makes it like a regular old layer. See that? And now I could go now if I want to Edit, Transform, and then we'll do Perspective. Or let's do Perspective. And when I click and drag it, it looks like it's going back. If you want to put words on a brick wall and the brick wall is going away in the distance, you could do like this, Edit, Transform, Perspective. Or let me step backward. I could go to Edit, Transform. There's a bunch of goodies in there. We could do, how about Warp? and I can warp it kind of how I see fit.
Oh, cool.
You like that?
Can I do it?
Yeah, just a minute. So again, you have to rasterize it to do this.
Look, it looks like my name is peeling.
It does. It looks kind of like a peeling sticker that way, doesn't it? Oh, that's neat. It's hard to read, but it is cool, isn't it? And, you know, if you do it just the right amount, you can make it where it's both. It's readable and it's still peeling. So
That, and then
good job. Well, here, let me move on because our time's almost up. So there's options. We'll kind of skip ahead a little bit. You can okay, here's the thing, guys. You are not confined to just sit on the computer all the time. You don't have to do that. You could do something on the computer, then print it out, and then rip it, and then scan in that or take a photograph of that, and do some things off the computer. You could type something, print it, rip it, and get someone to hold it. And so it's not that you photoshopped the letters into the image, it's that the photograph itself literally is being held by the subject, things like that. And one plug for torn paper: A, it looks cool and real and authentic and not computer made. But B, the best way to do it is to actually tear paper. You can try to synthesize torn paper in Photoshop, and I've never been able to do it as well as just actually tearing real legitimate paper and taking a photograph of it. So here's another one. There are ways to kind of cheat and make fake torn paper. The best way to make torn paper look torn is to just tear it and then take a photograph of it. Almost done. You can make letters. This is pretty important. The only image in here is being seen through the letters. This is one that would be difficult to make off the computer, but you can cheat in Photoshop and make it look like something see-through when it's not. So quick little how-to, and then we'll be done for today. Here's a black background. Here is our school's logo. And I got a picture from online of our school. There's our logo, there's our school. I want it to look like we're seeing through the letter A to see the school. Does that make sense?
okay.
So what we do is we right click on the picture of the school. It needs to be right above the letter A, not below it, but above it. It needs to be like the hat of the letter A, just right on top. And so whenever we right click it and we say clipping mask, create clipping mask, it makes it to where it's only visible inside the A beneath it. We can move it. It's like seeing through a window. And so the good news now is I can change it. Oh dear, my layers. Here we are. I can change it from normal to be on different screens to see different versions of it. I kind of like overlay. I'm going to show you guys something. All right, I'm going to put it on hard light. The problem is I want it to be blue because our school is blue, but it's mixing blue with the colors in this picture. See how there's green and tan in it? So what I'd probably do is go to image adjustments and desaturate, and it sucks the color out. So now the blue won't be mixing with green or tan, will it? It'll just be blue mixing with black and white. And again, I can just run through and find one that I'm pleased with. You tell me which one you like best. Right there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make it a little lighter. How about like that? Is that cool? Not too much, a little brighter?
There.
And then to make it look see-through, because this doesn't look three-dimensional, right? The real one, it's got shadows in it. Did you notice that there are little shadows? See at the top how it's shadowed in? To make ours look shadowed, what we need to do is we can double click this layer. I'm going to double click it, go to inner shadow, and we're on the layer with the letter. I'm on the A here, not the picture, but the letter. And when I go to inner shadow, not the box, but the words themselves, because that's what changes this. Whenever I click a box, it doesn't give me the right guides. Whenever I click the words, that's what takes me to different trinkets to play with. I can make it darker. I can make it lighter. I can make it where it goes further or less far.
Can I do this?
Well, here, you do this. You can change the light to where it comes from any direction. You tell it what direction. you want the light to come from. That's good right there. Perfect. And so, again, tinker with it until you're happy with it, the distance and things like that. But if we zoom out just a hair, does it kind of look like there's a black piece of paper and we're looking through a hole that's shaped like an A to the school building?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of does. And, the sky's the limit. You guys get to mess with this as much or as little as you choose. But it kind of looks like you're looking through a hole to see through the picture. That's probably enough for today. Again, it's typography. And if you have any questions, as always, email me at, you remember my email address? rccox@auburnschools.org. Bye-bye.
Bye.